What's up, guys? A little bit of a dark note to start the video on, but I feel like it's something I ought to say. If you ever see me cruising on the highway or something, you want to get my attention, you want to say hi, that's totally cool if you want to wave or whatever, but please don't go like racing and flying by, swerving through traffic thinking that I think it's cool. I would hate nothing more than to see one of you guys smash into another car, like kill yourself or hurt someone else or ruin your car trying to get my attention. So I just want to put that out there. I don't think that's cool, but like a wave and stuff is cool, but like flying by and swerving through traffic like you're in a Fast and Furious movie, don't do that. Don't do that. As you can see, we are driving the Skyline packed deep with things and wheels and stuff. I got some grippier tires and I'm going to mount to this thing to see if I can get it to hook in third and hopefully maybe even second, which would be absolutely bonkers. So rather than making the wise decision and taking the truck or one of the other vehicles that isn't on Ignite Red that I don't have that much more left of up here, I thought it was like, why not take the Skyline? Even though I have a truck that I can fit all the wheels and tires in much easier. So we're going out there to Wallingford. We're going to check in MORFAB on the Evo because I believe we should have the new engine today. So I can show you guys that. And yeah, okay, bye. Just so no one mentions this without me mentioning it first, if you can see that little wobble, your boy LZ needs a new outer tie rod, so I'll probably replace that tomorrow. Oh, I also found that coolant leak on this thing too, and it's not from a freeze plug, which is tight. It's actually from those ITB adapters. Apparently I needed to wet sand them before sealing them all off. Didn't know that, so we gotta take that all back apart, but that's gonna be like a day-long job just because it's like Tetris in that engine bay because everything's so tight. So to be continued, but it doesn't really consume much water. It maybe drips out a 1/16 of a water bottle every time I drive the car, so I don't really acknowledge it or point it out in videos much, but Tommy's shop, where I'm all the time, that's like a 30-minute drive from where I stay at my dad's. Jimmy's shop, that's almost an hour drive from where I am in Connecticut. But I never really think of it being a long drive. I never really complain about it. Florida, for whatever reason, driving any more than like 15 minutes, I'm miserable. Here, it's just like cruising. I think it's because of the changes of scenery and the nostalgia and the, I don't know. I just don't mind it. It's weird. It's like I'm happy. I think my timing was literally perfect. I see a truck at MORFAB right now. I wonder if this guy's got my engine. Oh boy. You got an engine in there? Yes! That was good timing. Side note, this might be the first time the R32's ever met the Evo. It's kind of funny. So we pulled up to MORFAB and today's video is full of lots of exciting stuff. To start off, I come in here and Justin's already playing around with the new LSD I got. So this is a Kaz LSD that I ordered off Right Hand Drive Japan. They had like some sale during Black Friday and I knew I wanted a front LSD for the car. But tell me what you were just telling me about this thing that I didn't even know.
Your front LSD also eliminates the viscous coupler to the rear, so now you're going to have a perfect 50-50 split between the front and the rear. So no more slippage. Hope you got good axles.
In the rear?
Yeah.
No.
You have an 8 diff though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
You should be alright.
So I didn't realize, I thought the car was 50-50 the whole time. I didn't realize the whole viscous coupler thing. Do you have it there?
Yeah, so if you want to take a look at it.
So what does that basically do? Just kind of allow slippage to the rear, or now it's basically just going to be locked?
Slippage. So this right here is the factory diff.
Okay.
Which is the torque vectoring. Yeah, there we go. The torque vectoring diff of the later 5s and the 6, 7s, and 8s.
Mm-hmm.
So a little bit better than the open diff, but still OEM. And then this guy right here, if you see the splines inside.
Yep.
This is actually a viscous coupler, so this drives the rear wheels. This coupler inside here will slip depending on how much wheel speed you have in the front. So we are eliminating that. So no more rear wheel slip.
So the car's gonna be a little bit more oversteery now?
A little more oversteery, yeah.
Okay.
Especially when you're on the throttle.
It'll probably hook better, right?
Yeah.
But I gotta be careful launching it.
You gotta be careful launching it, and you gotta kind of figure out how you're gonna use power through the corners because it's gonna feel a lot different now.
Got it. Well, that's exciting. Yeah, I'm probably just not going to show you guys the engine until the end of the video because there's so much other cool stuff to show you. I'm just kidding. There's like one more thing. So another thing I impulse bought on Right Hand Drive Japan on Black Friday, which I haven't really seen a purpose to put in just because it's kind of a pain, but since the engine's out, great time for some new engine mounts. So I got some Cusco engine mounts. Pretty rad little setup. Another thing, since I do plan on tracking this car and since I beat the absolute crap out of it on back roads, that I thought would be an important upgrade would be a nice new radiator. So I was really happy with the Koyo that we put in the giveaway car, that R33. The quality was really, really nice on it and it stayed very cool. So I'm gonna open this one up and check it out compared to the stock one that I had before. Cool thing about Koyo too is they make direct fit radiators for a lot of the like rare, not rare, but a lot of the JDM stuff that I have. So I have a direct fit JZX 100 radiator as well, chilling at the warehouse that I haven't had time to put in yet. But that's pretty rad where all the OEM stuff just bolts right up. I lose my coffee so often, it's pathetic. Always gotta check the lift. Whenever I lose anything, it's always on the lift. That's funny. So in addition to the fact that we're ditching a 20-plus-year-old radiator, some of the biggest advantages you'll get out of upgrading the radiator, instead of having these plastic end tanks that can crack and break and then leave you with a very bad time, all aluminum, so you don't really have to worry about that, and it'll cool a lot better and it looks sick. So there we go. I don't know what it is about Connecticut. It's always a struggle trying to get someone to mount tires. RJ hooked it up over at the Chevy Cadillac dealership, but there's literally no places around here that'll mount tires, and if they do, they charge a bajillion dollars. It's the weirdest thing. Not gonna lie, I'm enjoying ripping this thing. Stop by the new Jimmy O headquarters. I've come to rob an engine stand from you. You got one?
I charge by the day.
This place is huge. RJ said if we needed one, we could throw his engine on the ground and he'd be okay with it. Whatever side you want, guy. Doesn't matter.
I'm really excited.
Jimmy's been complaining about how he just can't get enough meat. And I said, guy, you need wheels that are high offset.
I mean, that's always been a known factor. The problem is, the only company that makes that high offset is who, Adam?
So Jimmy wanted to do drop knuckles because he was too lazy to get a wheel that was high offset.
Well, I figured.
Way less work this way.
Well, Pat Gooden, Patty Cakes told me drop knuckles, so.
I mean, you should do both.
Well, yes.
Look at this. What is this, a 205? Is it 195? Gosh. My hairdresser has wider tires than these. And she drives a Miata. Her name's RJ. They'll fit with your quarters because you haven't rolled a decent amount, but I was only ever able to fit 235s on my S13.
Oh, so you've never.
But I probably have more positive camber than you.
You definitely do. Just lost a lot.
Let's compare the meat.
Comparing meat to meat right now.
I mean, it's not that huge of a difference, but you can feel it. So what you feel the most with the bigger tires is your sidewall starts getting less thin, so you can like get a little bit more, a little bite, you know?
Bite.
You want your meat to have that bite, guy. All right, let's see.
Too much girth, or?
No, I think it'd be good. That's how my ex-wife used to mount tires.
Yeah.
All right, so the consensus is it fits. But Jimmy has Beetle calipers.
1970s, baby.
Yep. I mean, yeah, I don't know. That's a little weird.
You're a little weird.
But at least you know you can fit the meat. You just know you gotta buy rims that fit. I mean, you could probably put a 5mm on there and be okay.
You're not wrong.
All right, so the special delivery is in this box right here. All right, I don't even know what to say yet. We should probably just open it, huh?
Yeah.
All right, we'll do that. This is probably the closest I'll ever be to pushing my baby in the stroller for a very long time. Is that a bad joke?
That's funny.
Is it funny? You didn't laugh. I think he's just saying that. So I'm not too sure if the title gave this away or not, but as a lot of you guys expected would happen, we wound up doing a fully forged bottom end, basically a fully built 4G63 for the Evo. So I kind of have an explanation for you guys how this kind of came about. I already explained to you how we kind of had the mishap with the Evo 5 engine that I was trying to bring in from Australia, and I was kind of left at a dead end where I didn't know what I wanted to do. Tommy wanted so much money for his stock Evo 8 engine that at that point I was like, well, I might as well build it. But the problem is, you know, I've kind of made a lot of friends in the Nissan world and all the engine builders and people that I know down in Florida. But with the 4G63 world, I didn't know that many people. So I reached out to a friend of mine, Matt, who used to work at PSI back when I did my 335 there. And he now works at a place called MA Performance that specializes in Evos, Subarus, and a bunch of other cars. But the main thing is, I knew that they had a built short block that was in stock. So Matt connected me to the guys over at MA Performance, and we wound up being able to pull some strings and get a very quick turnaround on a fully built 4G63 bottom end and head. So if you can't tell, everything here looks brand new. It's because this is a brand new OEM Mitsubishi block. This is a brand new OEM head. And the guys over there were kind enough to actually film some clips while they were assembling everything for me. I mean, you guys don't really understand the timeline and everything because, you know, you kind of heard some stuff, haven't heard some stuff, but this all came about in like a week. So they had this short block on the shelf, which is really cool. It's a 901 compression short block, forged bottom end, and they were able to get it assembled with a built head in about a week, which is pretty incredible. So I am very, very thankful, especially being able to trust someone that has a lot of experience with Evo engines. But anyway, I thought I would make a little montage of some of the clips they sent me of assembling it, and there I would just list the specs for you rather than me just sounding like I'm reading some sort of spec sheet while I just talk to you guys. I thought it'd be more interesting. That Matt introduced me to the guys at MA Performance because they have been extremely helpful. Kind of like Enjuku Racing is to me with the drift stuff in the beginning when I really didn't know much about it. They took all the time to explain everything to me to help make sure that I ordered the right stuff. MA Performance is the same thing, and as you guys will see as we start to unbox everything, they help me make sure that we have everything that we need to get this engine in my Evo 5. So little details like modifying some of the lines on the back of the head to make sure it'll match up to all the Evo 5 stuff, helping me research and figure out if there is any other weird changes or differences, and helping me make sure that I have all the gaskets and all the little accessories and stuff that we need to make basically the most rad 4G that we can. So this setup will handle over 600 wheel, but if you guys remember, this car is supposed to stay pretty simple. I just wanted to be responsive and good for back roads and track. I'm sure down the road we'll end up upgrading the turbo and make maybe closer to 500 wheel, but I don't think that this car will ever get over that. But the cool thing is, the guys at MA Performance were really, really excited to work with me on this engine, and hopefully in the future on the engine for the yellow Evo, because I do believe now that car is going to be built in the US. I'm just kind of working out some of the details and stuff because it is kind of tricky to get cars from other countries in here. You guys know that deal. I'm not gonna get into that. I'm definitely excited though. They've been super, super helpful, like I said. They're actually right out of Minnesota, so they're not too far. Obviously, I'll put links and stuff down in the description. I think they're also gonna put something on their site with more specs on the long block that I have from them, but I'm very, very excited to get this thing in. Justin, what do you think about this?
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, especially to like have it so quick. That's the thing that gets me, because there are so many variables, and the biggest thing that I was nervous about is bringing my stuff to a machine shop that I don't really know. Not that I don't trust them, but like, you know, that adds so many variables.
Yeah, there's tons. I mean,
so the Nissan stuff that we do is a lot, I think, a little more finicky, especially the RB stuff with all the random little things you have to do to make it run well, where the 4Gs, I feel like as a country we have a little bit better knowledge on. But to have a long block assembled by people that know exactly what they're doing, to where we just need to basically bolt the accessories on and stuff, which you've done plenty.
oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure you've probably built 4Gs, haven't you?
I've built plenty of those.
Yeah, so we're in the right place, guys. So the Evo is getting a new heart, and I'm very excited. I know I like put the specs and everything on the sheet, but I will say the head is actually very, very similar to what I had in my Evo already. The same GSC 274 cams, same springs and retainers, same zero-tick lifters. So the head is pretty similar, head gasket, studs, but now we got a built bottom end, which is rad. And I believe we have the stuff to delete the balance shaft. I think that's in that box. So with these engines, Justin was explaining to me, and Alberta's explained this to me too, there's a balance shaft.
Large counterweighted shaft that sits in this hole right here in this bore.
Yeah.
And it's operated by another, you know, small belt or whatever. And it tries to dampen the harmonics that are generated by the engine running.
But
a lot of times they'll wear out, the journals will wear out around them, which will cause your oil pressure to drop pretty significantly. And over time, that can cause all sorts of other issues, especially with low oil pressure.
very easy way to ruin a very expensive, very rad engine. So we're gonna delete that, and it might be a little bit more vibraty, maybe a little bit more similar to an SR or something, but that's kind of like one of the must-dos is what I understand with 4Gs.
Yeah, once you get rid of it, then you don't have to worry about the balance shaft failing it.
So this would be considered, if you want to go by stages, their stage 2 block and their stage 1 head. So if you're curious, that's what it is. Now we're having fun opening all the other goodies.
Christmas in July.
I know. So what Justin's opening right now, MA Performance makes an oil cooler kit specifically for Evo 8 and 9, but it'll work with my Evo. Very, very important, since I did suck up a bunch of metal into my oil, to replace or clean the oil cooler. So this thing looks sick.
Because it comes with all the AN fittings, and it comes with all the adapters to adapt the factory oil filter housing into an AN setup.
Sick, so we don't have to do an aftermarket housing or anything.
Nothing.
Rad. So, as you can see, we got a new water pump, got a new oil pan, got all the gaskets and everything that we can need. There's a fresh new front cover. So they pretty much assembled as much as they could, but then I guess we'll just have to throw everything else on and time it, right?
Yeah, because they wanted to make sure that we had all the accessories from the other motor and everything else.
True.
Transfer everything over. This way we get to install the oil pump, make sure that's right, and do all that stuff ourselves.
There could be some like other little random differences with the brackets and stuff on the 5 engine, so it just kind of simplifies things to just swap stuff over. But all the important stuff we've got new, so that's rad.
So we found something interesting. We see all of this crap in here.
All right, what do we have here?
So we pulled the timing cover, and all these little pieces down on the bottom here just fell out.
You're gonna kill me. This battery's dead too.
Is it really?
We'll redo it again. All right, take 3, full battery this time.
Take 3, full battery. So we yanked the timing cover off and found all of these wonderful pieces came out of it. Now this is a portion of the balance shaft pulley. That is the balance shaft bolt. And it, as you can see, dug into the actual timing belt. It destroyed that, and I think I can't, well, now I can spin the balance shaft.
So I was gonna say, I know that that's a pretty common thing to go bad. Maybe that was the issue, that the balance shaft caused everything?
I can spin it.
Huh.
She's spinning.
Weird. Because if that seized up and it lost oil pressure.
Yeah, I mean, that could have done it, but then again, it would have shot a bearing out the ass end of it. And the
True.
rod bearings are fine.
Weird.
So, I think it broke a rod or a piston.
Yeah. We'll see. As you guys see us doing all the time, always a good idea, especially with E85, to clean injectors or any sort of fuel stuff when it is sitting. So, just while it's on our mind, Justin just took the injectors out. He happens to have his own cleaner, so that's convenient.
Yeah, it's super convenient.
So,
yeah, it's always a good idea.
Does yours actually give you like good flow testing data?
Yeah, calculate all by the flow rate.
Okay, yeah, mine sucks. Mine just like leaks in back.
Does it really?
It cleans them, but the data's useless. So, anyway, now's the fun process of pulling stuff off this to put it on the other one. Not the most exciting stuff going on. So today's mostly tear down. Tomorrow you said you're gonna clean up pretty much all the parts to start reassembling.
Yeah, we'll clean it all up and start reassembling them.
So I figure before I close this video out, I haven't really gone over any of the specifics as to what I'm gonna do with that engine, because it's a pretty crazy setup. We could easily push over 600 wheel in it safely. But like I said, I want to keep this car stock, simple, and reliable. So I'm going to keep the stock Evo 9 turbo on it. However, in the future, I might go to a slightly bigger turbo, like a Garrett G25, just to basically try to make the same, not the same power, but like the same spool that I have with the Evo 9 turbo, just a little bit newer turbo technology like the Garrett G series, where I can flow it all the way out to redline so it won't really fall flat on its face, and I can make some good torque, maybe like 450 to 500 wheel. After that, you start breaking stuff left and right, and then I can have maybe a couple different boost settings if that's too much for like back roads and stuff. But I'm very excited for the next iteration of this Evo. It should sound a little bit different, even though it's got the same turbo. I'm doing MA Performance's tubular stock location manifold, as well as that crazy tie exhaust that Justin welded up. So anyway, the engine's in great hands here at MORFAB, and when we go and check in with him probably in a couple days, it should be final assembly time, and then maybe thrown into the car, and then hopefully we'll have it running early next week. So that's the goal. There's no real crazy crunch of time to get it done by, but he's trying to move shops to a new location, so he's trying to do it as quick as he can, and I'm trying to drive this Evo again. So I'm gonna get on the track with it, go have some fun, but hope you guys are as excited as that. I hope you guys are as excited as I am. Massive shout out to MA Performance for helping me out again. Like, that's crazy. The biggest help that anyone can ever do to me is help me get stuff done on a quick timeline, because I do not have patience. So waiting like 3 months for some random place to build an engine for me that I can't trust, way less cool than having a sick, already built engine just show up at the door a week later. So that's rad. I've been overboosting this thing to like 50 PSI, which I just found out multiple times because I keep melting lines. I'm just not gonna, I probably shouldn't put that in the video. I'm just gonna be like, yeah, it's gonna blow up, but it's good, it takes it. This thing's rad, I love it, it's fun and fast, and the new tires grip well. So anyway, hope you guys enjoy it. make sure you check out Justin's channel, MORFAB. He's been making little random videos throughout the process, so definitely a rad dude, rad shop, rad place. And I think I'm gonna go kart by myself because I'm sad and lonely. Okay, bye.